Hello, welcome back to Groves Nurseries. I'm Clive Groves and we find ourselves in late summer. And it's late summer, 2 or 3 days from autumn, and we have to start thinking about spring. We wish our lives away almost as gardeners and nurserymen. So what we're going to do today is talk about spring bulbs in containers. And we've got a chap on the firm who is very experienced. He's an RHS judge and he's also got many cups on his mantelpiece that he's won in gardening competition. So let's take you down to the nursery where he is and you can meet him. Hello Cyril.
Hello Clive.
Right, here we got Cyril Whitlock. As I said, he's this RHS judge, so he's full of knowledge. And I think Cyril, you're going to teach us today something about planting hyacinths, aren't you?
Yes, it's the first thing that we do when the bulb season starts.
Okay, that's great. I'll leave you to it. Cyril Whitlock.
Thank you. As we've just said, that the first bulbs that we plant in the season is ready for Christmas, and that's the hyacinth bulb. Lovely flower, beautiful flower, and I'm just going to show you the way that I would get them ready for Christmas. Most companies, most areas you can get is the good quality compost. I always add a little bit of sharp sand for drainage in mine because they don't really want to sit in wet compost all the time. And you've got to remember that if you don't do it soon, these planting of hyacinths, you've got to be ready for Christmas. That's when they're at their best. If you don't do it now, they will not be ready in time for Christmas. So a good quality compost, like I say, I've added sharp sand for drainage. Make sure that it's all the knots are all rubbed out. And then containers. A lot of people are actually growing them in a holeless container. They're all right and they will grow in these, but I still think with adding drainage to it, it just helps the root system to grow better. So you can grow them in there. This is just an example how I would grow them in this one. So plenty of crocks in the bottom. And then fill all up. This is the same way you would do it for hyacinths, crocuses. Any spring flower can be grown like this to be brought on for indoors, but in a minute I'll tell you a little bit about that. So right, make sure all the bottoms of each bulb is clean. Press your thumb in to make sure that it's not rotten before you've actually planted it. And that's a good tip when you're buying them. Always check that the bottom of the bulb is firm. So if you put 5 in, you don't have to put 5 in, but for this size pot, it's a good idea to do it. And then you've got 5 like that. Just a little bit around the tops. Now you well water them, and then you put them somewhere cool and cover them over with anything like bracken, or I wouldn't say newspaper, but something that is letting air in, and then you wait till about end of October, November and check, make sure that they're still all right. They should be firm and just showing a little tiny bud. Then cover up again, and then by the beginning or the end of November, your see shoots should be that high. They'll be all yellow. When you bring them out from the dark to the light, then they start to green up. Bringing them indoors is one of the problems that a lot of people have, because they put them straight in the window where all the sunlight comes. So the first things that come up are actually the leaves. So if you wish to keep them nice and compact, your best bet really is to keep turning them and keep them in an area where it's not direct sunlight, and then they'll come on and flower very evenly. One of the tips I will give you is if you were doing tulips and crocuses and any other bulb, one of the way I grow them is, once you've got your compost in, always add a layer of sand before you put your bulb on, especially tulips, because they have a tendency to rot if overwatering. The sand or gravel helps to prevent that, and then they make a better plant from it. Of course, you can continuity your bulbs by putting so many in the bottom of the pot, gradually bringing them up. So you'd have daffodils, then tulips, then crocuses on the top. So you have then a wonderful display in the spring. But that would be really only done for outdoor purposes.
Wow, that was great, Cyril. Thank you very much indeed. Even I learned a few things there, and I've been in the trade all my life. Right, well, that was great, but why don't you join us again next month, and we'll find another gardening titulation to excite you. Okay.